Hi, I'm Andrew Parkinson with Passagemaker magazine. Welcome back to the Virtual Boat Show. We're going to talk about the Vicem 67 Cruiser. This is a new boat. I don't think anyone really has seen this boat except those directly associated with Vicem. I know I haven't seen the boat, but I was very excited about seeing it leading up to what would be the Palm Beach show, which now we're not having, hence the Virtual Boat Show. I'm joined now by Noelle Sems. She's the Vicem US Sales Director. Noelle, welcome to the Virtual Boat Show.
Thank you, Andrew. Nice to be here with you, virtually at least.
Virtually, yeah. So first of all, let's get personal. How's life? What have you been up to over the COVID-19 break?
Actually, just trying to catch up with all of we finished up the Miami show. I'd been in Europe, then I came back, and we were just getting the 67. We had the sea trials. It got here right before Palm Beach was scheduled to be. And so we had all that follow-up to do with the initial, we're doing the big US debut of this boat. So we had an awful lot of paperwork that needed to be done and magazine reviews and getting it out and planning big parties and whatnot that didn't get to happen. But a lot of work was involved with that.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time for all of us. And I know I can't imagine launching a boat and then suddenly this happening and, you know, all the logistics that were canceled, postponed around all that. It's just got to be a nightmare. So kudos to you for still being on your feet and,
yeah.
You know,
well, thank you. And it's so exciting. We are so proud. We're a very tiny builder. And so we're so proud and excited by these handcrafted boats. So it was a big party for us. We're thinking, look what we've done here. So a little disappointed we couldn't show it off.
I had a ticket to that party and I'm disappointed I couldn't be there. So anyway, let's tell our, you know, this goes out to the whole Marine group, really our audience, but specifically to me is the Passagemaker crew. And for our people, you know, I want to tell them just a little bit about Vicem history from what I've learned, you know, through educating myself a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong in any of this, but guys, Vicem started out back in the 80s in a small Black Sea town by the same name, Vicem. It was started by a Turkish businessman. You can probably pronounce the name better than I can. I don't even want to try, but Sabahattin Hafizoglu, is that
That's
close?
Very close. We just abbreviated as SH because I'm not too good at it either. In the US, we just call him Sebastian. That doesn't sound like that in Turkey, though.
Okay, that works for me. We'll go with SH for the purposes.
Right, SH.
So SH was a fan of the legendary schooners, right? Which was the Turkish Goulet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wanted to kind of interpret a modern model of those. And back then, what was state-of-the-art cold molded wood and epoxy technique, he came up with Vicem boats. And the locals dug it. It became really popular. They wanted him to build more and more and more. And eventually, Vicem was formed in '91. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. So 25 years later, just about, we're looking at Vicem's latest model, the 67 Cruiser. And you know, again, I've never seen this boat myself. Very special boat for us and a perfect opportunity for what this virtual boat show format is all about. So knowing that none of us have really seen the boat, I'm hoping you can walk us through it a little bit, if that's okay with you.
Yep, absolutely. Are you going to with the pictures?
Yeah, we're going to cue some running shots right now of the boat. I think if our technology,
okay, very good.
You'll see them. So tell us a little bit about, just give us some of the main features of the boat and we'll go from there.
Sure. So the 67 was actually built from client's request. To date, the smallest cruiser series, we have two different, we have classic and cruiser. The cruiser is more of the long range cruiser. Pilot house motor yacht is going to be a little bit slower than our classic line. It's going to have longer range capabilities. And the smallest we built to date was 78 feet and went up from there. And so we had a lot of requests from clients saying, can you please build one that's going to be perfect for a husband and wife, sometimes cruise, sometimes not. But they wanted to be able to operate it themselves. So we've introduced the 67. We do have a 58 on the drawing board as well. But really to have it as a family cruising boat, they can do the great loop with it. And we took a lot of the input from our clients when we sat down and drew this boat up. One of the benefits of cold molded, again, our boats are cold molded for the most part. We do build fiberglass, but for the most part, we're cold molded, is completely hand built. So we were able to incorporate all of the little bits and pieces that people had requested into this particular design that we're very, very excited about. You can see from the photos, she's just a beautiful looking boat. But when you get into it, the flybridge is immense. It's got the covered side decks. It covers up the cockpit, port and starboard doors on the pilot house. a big galley that opens to the salon to give you that open concept like you'd have in your home. Full beam master, VIP forward. It has cruise quarters. What else can I tell you?
I'm going to stop you there because we've got some photos for all that interior stuff a little bit later.
Okay.
Let's start with the exterior. We've got a reel of exterior photos. I think if we can get those queued up and going.
Okay. So I think I can see up there now you're showing a shot of the bow. So we've incorporated a bow seat in addition to the sun pad cushion. It does have a cover of a bib that comes over it, just the beautiful teak decks, the style of the boat, the varnished cap rail. You're moving aft. We do have doors, both port and starboard of the pilot house. And then you're going to be under the covered side decks given to you by the extended flybridge.
Let's talk about protection a little bit there from the elements, because this is an ocean-going cruiser. Tell us about the protection. What have you done on this model to ensure protection for the family, for husband and wife?
Well, and in fact, I'm glad you brought this up. So because this is our smallest cruiser that we are offering to the family, husband and wife team, this is category A, CE rated. And so it does have that certificate. It was come and inspected to do that. To give the extra protection, we do have the stainless rails, the high bulwarks, the port and starboard door, the covered side decks, and then of course the full flybridge. Hydraulic platform, cruise quarters access is off the platform with a big door.
Okay, and it looks like I saw a picture up there, the cockpit area, it looks pretty well covered. Did I see that sort of extended overhang over that cockpit area? Yes, it is fully covered by the flybridge. So not only gives you extra space on the bridge, but it gives you a completely covered cockpit. And then living areas, you've got a lot of outdoor social areas on this boat, it looks like.
You have quite a bit, and we have a double opening salon door. So your salon is open to the cockpit, doubling the usable space. And you're going to find the same concept throughout. I know you want to go to the interior later, but with that idea of opening up spaces to extend, even though it is quite a big boat, it makes it even bigger, more useful.
Cool. Well, we mentioned the interior. Let's take a look inside, and we'll queue up some interior photos. So when you think Vicem, the Vicems that I've been on recently, the things that stand out to me are the woodwork, the craftsmanship. If you haven't been on a Vicem, some of our Passagemaker viewers may not have, because maybe it was just too big, or maybe it's a little bit too fast for them before. This one falls into their mold. And when you get on this boat, I think the woodwork is really a head turner here. Tell us a little bit about that and the process inside, and also the stateroom head configuration.
So when you step aboard, the first thing you do notice on all Vicems, this one in particular, is our craftsmanship, is our woodwork. We do have generational craftsmen. Our boats are hand built. So not only what you see is the beautiful mahogany, when you open up the drawers, you open up the cabinets, it's mahogany everywhere you look, all completely handcrafted. If we go back to the salon picture, if you notice the double doors opening into the cockpit, very, very light, good usable space. There's got a full galley up on the starboard side, open to the salon as well. We have a day head. That was something that we went back and forth many times on, should we do it, should we not do it? And we were really excited to offer it. So that's going to be on the port side across from the galley. Just forward of that is a dinette, and it was designed to be so versatile. You can use it as a dinette for the galley. You can use it as a chart table for the pilot house. The forward back seat flips back and forth either way, so it can be a companion seat facing forward, and it also slides down so it makes a berth if you need it to. So another example of just sitting in around the table saying, what can we do with this space to use it the most? It does have port and starboard doors in the pilot house, and that was many requests that we had. But as you look around, it is just a piece of art. It is second to none. I've been in the business for 35 years, and I'm so proud of the craftsmanship from this company.
Tell me, what features on this boat, on this 67 cruiser model, have been installed on the boat to maybe make it a little bit easier for a husband and wife combo to operate, to take out, without fear of it being too much? What makes it easier for them when they're cruising?
Well, again, I think that we went into it with the pilot house with the doors on both sides. And so just having the husband and wife team, it's easy to get out to the boat. The stainless rails makes it easy. Of course, there's the fly bridges as well. You can operate the boat from there. And so, I mean, just along those lines, it's very comfortable, very safe, very level. I think we already went through the picture of the boat rides very, very level.
Mm-hmm. So we've got some video now that might help illustrate the performance of the boat. Let's get into that a little bit. You mentioned the cold molded construction. It's got a hard chine planing hull.
Right.
This boat is built for taking on, some
You
ocean.
can take it anywhere, right? So it is CEA rated, which is unlimited. Cold molded construction does give you a better strength to weight ratio than a traditional fiberglass, solid fiberglass hull. So it's going to absorb pounding. It's going to give you a much more comfortable ride, and it's going to be able to take you anywhere. This particular boat does have the upgraded engines, it's got twin 1,000 horsepower Volvos. So it's going to cruise around 18, 19 knots, right around there.
With a top end of?
Beg pardon?
With a top end of what?
Top end's probably around 22 knots.
Okay.
Now, if you go back down on the speed and go down to like 8 knots, you're going to have an immense range. And so it's going to give you the possibility of going either direction.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was a number that really stood out to me. I was looking at the range at 8 knots, and it was somewhere around 2,000 nautical miles or so, give or take. Is that accurate? Is that?
It is accurate if you're going down to the 8 knots. So we had talked about when we were building this boat for a family, and there's a lot of very, very nice pilot house motor yachts out there. And we said, well, what's going to set us apart other than what you can see? And we said, well, let's make sure that we can offer it so it does have the speeds, because when you need to get out, if there's a health emergency, bad weather, whatever's coming up, if you need to go faster, it's going to be a pretty fast boat. But if you want to have the long range capability, knock it down to 8 knots and you have an incredible range. The other thing to remember is, because we're hand built, we have complete customization. So on future builds, if it's almost the perfect boat, but you want greater range, you want 4 inches narrower, you want 2 feet longer, we build it by hand. There's nothing that we can't fit into our boats to suit the client.
That's really great, Noelle. That's awesome, terrific insight. Thanks for walking us through the boat. Where is the boat now? Are you showing it to anybody? Is there any access to it whatsoever?
There's some access. We have to get permission. It's right now in Fort Lauderdale, but we have shown it a few times, and we've, most of it right now we're doing digital marketing, sending out some photographs and videos and whatnot. But we are able to show it with appointment. I'm very, very happy to do so. Okay,
great. Well, I can't wait to see it. And as soon as we can get aboard it, we'll be writing more about it for the magazine and for our digital. In the meantime, for you guys viewing at home, go to vicemyachts.com, check out the boat. They've got all the information there. Again, it's a boat that we're really excited about. And congratulations on a successful soft launch, I would say, or virtual launch. And we can't wait to celebrate the real launch with you when all this is over with and we're back out on the docks.
Yeah, can't wait to show it to you in person. Thank you, Andrew.